Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tattman and this is the You Can Draw series. Today I thought maybe because my grandsons are watching this and stuff, and one of them is over 20, but the other one is young. He's like 9, 10, maybe somewhere on there. I know I'm grandpa, I should remember all that, right? But today I thought maybe I would, draw a dinosaur because he loves dinosaurs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with we're going to try to draw a jaw here. And I'm going to use shapes this time around. And there's kind of like a little box triangle. And if you do this, a lot of times you can see all the areas that are nothing but shapes. And then let's just take a head for instance. You could do I imagine they got a little bit under the jaw. Kind of like a little egg-shaped head right in there. And then you can maybe make his neck or whatever come on down. And we're going to try to draw like a T-Rex or something like that. So let's just do like a big body back here because, they are right big. And I probably won't get all of his tail in there or whatever, but and we'll just use shapes. We'll try to draw like a back body of the leg right in there, and then another part of a leg right there. But if you're looking close, you can see the general shape of it. And if you draw shapes like this, a lot of times you can almost have it drawn before you even really realize you've done it, So with this being said, let's see here. Let's put a leg over here. I mean, they got to have their legs to stand on, so. And that'll go up on the other side, and maybe another little bit of a piece coming down there, and then kind of forward here. Let's put these down because it'll come down to his toes down here, whatever. But you see the general shape of it already. And we can whip the tail around off of here, way over here at the edge of the paper, and whip that tail up and come up over him back there. Just make it, I just barely missed the edge of the paper. So now we'll go in here and start putting in some detail. Let's see, I don't know, where might his eye be? Let's start with the end of the nose, or the nose area here. I'm using a mechanical pencil today because it retains pretty much a point, and we'll put in a little bony area right in there, and maybe a structure over an eye area in here, and maybe, let's see, we'll try to figure up an eye about right in there, and see if we can kind of scoop that out. And we don't want his jaw to be straight like that, so you start taking this right here, and then you kind of bring it up, and then down in there, and then back up and way back in there like that. And then with the bottom jaw, you do about the same thing. And come out and then just kind of scoop it in right in there and give him a real masterful lower jaw area here. And we'll call this is like the little jaw membrane that kind of holds everything together. And that's what we're saying. Following these little shapes I had in here, and we'll come on back and we'll put in it might not be the most masterful, extremely tough dinosaur you ever seen, but I figure I'll come in here and draw some teeth. None of us know what they look like. So I'm just trying to draw a few things in here. It ain't got to be exact because these things are extinct, so to speak. They were millions of years old, and long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. And my grandson Gabriel, yes, I'm calling his name out. He's my buddy. And then Justin, he watches my drawing series, and they really love it, and it's made me feel good that they really appreciate it. And if this don't really look like a T-Rex, well, that's all right too, because we only assume what they look like. You know, we think that they got leathery skin. They could have, you know, most anything, because they could have been, you know, like feathers or something. They even said that, you know, a lot of them were feathery. And then we'll come up in here and we'll put some little nodules all up in there and give him some general shape, you know. And of course we will put a nostril up in here, and let's draw his eyeball in it. They usually have these little beady eyes, so to speak, but I think their eyes were a little bit bigger than that. Of course, them being the big boy they were, they didn't need to have too much. They just reach down and scoop it all up and eat it. And I'm just putting little detail points or something in here, and we don't know. I mean, he could have had some kind of lumps and bumps back here, and kind of like an armor plate, and I don't know what he might have ended up having, but y'all might say this is the wackiest dinosaur you ever seen or something like that, but this is what we will go with. We'll put his little pupil right there, and we'll draw the other side of the mouth in here. I'll tell you what, let's put that other side of that jaw in there, and we'll darken this in. Just because all we're doing is using pencil, so it ain't got to be perfect. I don't even know if I'll shade this one yet or not. So let's see, let's put that there and bring this jaw here. And we just put some teeth there. That's kind of looking like one, right? I got 2, 3, 4 pictures kind of up on the computer here, and I'm just looking betwixt and between them and drawing what I like the best. And we'll come back here and we'll add a big long hip back here, and we'll bring it way down to the leg in there. And I hope my youngest grandson is just loving this, because he loves some dinosaurs. Put that big calf on that dinosaur back there, and a naughty little old knee there. And I say I'm just making all this up, because I don't know what they look like. But we'll come down here and we'll draw a claw out here, and we'll put that toe right there, and we'll come in here and we'll do another one. Comes way out here and has a claw there, and then let's see, we'll put one kind of spreading out over that way and do another little claw. I was just kind of bewildered tonight and didn't know what I really wanted to draw, so I said, you know what? Since my grandson always is watching now and really loving these things, I figured that for them I would draw, you know, a dinosaur. And I guess this is what they look like. I really don't know. And see, I'm following that box of the body right in there, and we're going to put his little dinky arms up there, and we'll bring, oh no, we'll bring them out. Let's see, we'll put kind of like a little claw there and a little finger, one of those little knobby fingers, and another one. And let's see, let's make this one kind of go around that way, and then that's the one on the other side of the body over there. And this one over here, let's see, maybe we'll start this one kind of like right in here, and you just put a little bit of a box right here, and then a little bit of a forearm kind of doing, and then bring his fingers down and see that, and another one. And I don't know how many they have. I guess they have just a few on their little paws. Give him a little naughty elbow back there. And we'll do that. We'll give him a little bit of a tummy on him because he probably done ate something and he's right full, you know. And then we'll bring this tail out and around. And I guess this is what a dinosaur looks like, so. And then we'll carry that way around there like that. They have these old thick tails because nothing but, you know, muscle. That's what it is, just pure muscle in them tails. And let's see here. We'll knobby that little knee up right there and bring this down back here, and then we'll fatten off the calf back there. And give him another bit of a little heel right in there, and then some more, you know, claws up in here. And I guess they're about the right size. And I say I'm making it up because I don't know really what they should look like, so. And we'll put some grass down here because he's got to be standing on something. I always like for my drawings to have, you know, something like some grass or what have you around. Got to have something that their body is, you know, standing on, hooked to, you know, stuff like that. Give them a place in the world. Let's see, we'll give him some esophagus looking little areas down in there. And, you know, he can have all these little bumps and everything all back in there. And, you know, this is not too awful bad, considering that I've never drew that many dinosaurs before. Let's see here. Let's make this go up into there, and we get some little bumpy areas along there and up here. We'll darken that in. I don't know how big his nostril's supposed to be, but that's what we'll make it anyway. And since it's, let's see, let's put a little bit of shading in there. And then down in here. And we're going to just, kind of give him some muscle structure in there. So, and that's a little janked up thing in there, but it's alright. It's a dinosaur. We don't know what he looks like, do we? I guess my recording is still going. There we go. We got his body there. Alright, now what we want to do now is just come in here and give a little bit of shadow back here, a little bit of all under here. Because we will take our pencil, our dump, so to speak, and shadow this thing in a little bit. I don't even know if mine is the right one, the right type of dinosaur. Mine might fall within a family that ain't even a dinosaur for all I know. We'll put a little shadow there and leave a little light spot on his eye right there. And let's get our stump. Where's the little one at? Uh-oh, I can't see it. Don't know where it went. So we'll take the big one here and we'll start shadowing. Filling these little bit of colors. That's all you gotta do. Take those lines that you did like that and just kind of put you some marks on there. And always remember, touch the oily part of your skin on your neck or your forehead, and it'll help pull that carbon from the pencil marks you put down there. And we want this area real dark under here because that is shadowed back there on the back side of him. It's got the shadow of his whole body on that. Let's see here, let's put a little bit more. And the reason I'm using a different pencil and stuff is just to show you, you can draw with anything. And you remember those shapes to begin with? Well, all of them was put right in this, and it made the dinosaur. It's just to show you and prove that with just a little bit of practice, a little bit of something, you can do it. And we're gonna go on in here and see this up in here, shadow. See how it's pulling that pencil marks, carbon from it, and putting shapes in there. Makes detail, what we call detail. And anywhere you come up on another dark area like this right here, leave that little area light right there, because that is ambient color that's just light, is, you know, bouncing off the other part of his body, you know, onto that one. So I think their eyes is kind of set in like that a little bit. And all these little areas here, just kind of follow them with your stump a little bit, and it will give a lot of little detail. And shadow this in real good. See, I touch my forehead, and I get a little extra darkening going on in there. And then real dark in his mouth right there. And if you wanted to, you could come in here and do a little bit of a tongue right in there. We'll take out a couple of teeth right in there. And this tongue comes from back there in the back. And I don't think they have a real long tongue from what I've seen in pictures. So we'll just do it like that. And then we'll shadow it just a little bit. And if you wanted to, you could come in there and on these teeth that are supposed to be white, you can take and hit them with the eraser and brighten them up. And his tongue's a little bit darker than the rest of the body because it's supposed to be red and meaty with a lot of blood on it that he's losed. Here, look at her, putting the muscles and little shapes in there like that. But see how shadowing that leg like that? That's this part underneath the body, because now that is a shadow in there. The light's hitting on this big meaty part back here. And this is just because he's got a couple of contours in his body back there. And then his tail, of course, goes right on, and I have a little bit of shadow on it. And I imagine it's got some little bumpy lumps on it too, but we'll kind of leave that and let you make your own imagination on that. And like I say, if you make this even darker, you'll get a lot more detail out of it. See, and watch here. You take all these little bumps and lumps. See, I knew that these little marks I made like that, I was going to come in here and put these little things in. Look at that. It makes that have lumps on it, you know, like a lump wood. And see, when I do that right there, that puts an ankle bone there. How sweet is that, huh? Can't get no better than that. All right. Yes, sir. And then lightly shade the rest of it. And you end up with a nice little dinosaur that you can be proud of. And I tell you what, let's probably leave that about right along in here and just say, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate you being here. Please subscribe, like, and share. I love you. Bless you. And everybody have a great, fantastic day. All right. Goodbye. Look at that knee. I just made a knee. Love you. Goodbye.